Yes,
We're back
we are
again.
back. Thank you for all the millions of people that were on the last live, about an hour ago. But we're learning. We're learning this new eCam thing. Thanks to Doc Rock. Thank you, Sensei, for teaching us how to use this. We still have a long way to go. So
Yeah.
we had to stop and do a Zoom and whatever. But we talked to our good friend May from Malie Cannabis Clinic,
She's
and
the best. What's that you got there?
we're going to talk about how to cure this COVID. And it's not through demon sperm or hydrochloroquine. As far as I'm concerned, let's go to the real queen, not the hydrochloroquine, the real queen of cannabis, May from Malie Cannabis Clinic. Let's go. Come on.
Keep trying.
All right.
Okay. Wow. Well, okay. It's Aloha Friday, folks. And if you guys don't know, Hawaii has shut down the bars for 3 weeks. And this is our friend May from Malie Cannabis Clinic. And I like to go to her when in times of need, uh, because right now, look, alcohol's taking a seat on the bench. They're injured. They're going to be out for 3 weeks. We need to call up the reserves. And weed is not only great, we feel better, it's going to replace, like, we need a little something. We can't be sober for 3 weeks. That's too much to ask of an entire community.
Right.
But it's also, there's been a lot of articles talking about how it's helping out with COVID. Can you help us understand some of this, May?
Yes. So thank you for having me, Ryan and Tina. Always awesome to see you guys. And and actually thank you for asking me this question, because it made me kind of like dig into the research. So hot off the presses. This is the latest kind of one that's been published in the United States. It basically what is kind of the foundation for what other research is going to come about it. It's from Brain Behavior and Immunity out of University of Texas Biomedical Research Institute. So,
ooh, I like long names. I feel more
I
comfortable.
know.
Very scientific sounding.
It makes it sound legit.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll provide a link, but it's definitely written in like really hard science. So I'm going to just kind of translate it a little bit. So kind of starting with one of the ways that COVID affects people is through what's called a cytokine storm. So what is a cytokine storm? It's essentially when your immune system is activated. It's sending in all of its immune soldiers to fight COVID.
Right.
But they're sending in a whole bunch of them, and it basically overactivates your immune system, and it's like too much inflammation. It's a pro-inflammatory response.
Right. So it's kind of like it's our allergic reaction, kind of like overdoing it a little bit.
Exactly.
Overreacting.
So it's your immune system, having a really strong reaction to this very, mysterious and new novel virus.
Right.
So they have been using this drug. I just have to look at this real quick. Give me a second, because I cannot pronounce it. But
and while you're looking for that, let me just suggest, I know cytokine sounds a very scientific term for us local people. Just say cytokine, because it sounds very pigeon. You know what I mean? But say
cytokine.
You have one cytokine reaction, huh? Hey, you gotta calm down, man. Okay, immune system. And CBD gonna help reduce the inflammation, which is gonna attack the cytokine reaction.
Yes.
Right.
So what you said. So basically, they started giving this drug in another trial with other COVID patients. But this drug is having these gnarly side effects, right? So they were like, oh, CBD works. So when we look at how CBD helps with pain, it helps in this whole immune response system, right? It works on your immune system to just kind of calm everything down.
Yes.
So that is essentially what it's doing with COVID. So basically, what happens is you get this cytokine response, and it's happening in your lungs because that's where the COVID is. And because that happens, you get inflammation, which can lead to pneumonia, right?
Right.
Which then can lead to this kind of lung injury that we're seeing. It's fibrosis. So it's kind of like a hardening, like it gets stiff, crunchy.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So what the CBD, at least the hypothesis, because this study, this is basically the reason why they should do the study. The studies are in trial right now, but the hypothesis behind this is that because CBD works on that pathway, that it will decrease the inflammation and decrease the risk for pneumonia and decrease the risk of that hardening after it.
Right. And so even if it's not official, can we say it's probably a better bet than hydrochloroquine or demon sperm? Any thoughts? I don't want to get too official, just like, basic guesses. Because like
I'm gonna go on a limb and say yes.
Thank you. Because CBD is just good anyway, even if you're not, right? It's just it's good for the body, good for the immune system in general.
Now, is it just CBD or does THC play a factor in any of this? Or
so for this, I would say because of the pathway that they're looking at is very much the immune pathway. So those are the CB2 receptors. And so those are all the CBD receptors. So I don't think that, THC is going to hurt. But in this study, it's really specifically looking at CBD.
So doubling your THC intake is not.
So that's not a good justification. I can still do it, but it's not going to help with the COVID.
It's going to help with COVID. I mean.
But that's amazing because CBD, for those of you guys who haven't caught up to 2020, it's the legal part of the plant. It's the part, right, that we can just get, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I think getting it from a good, reliable source is important. Our dispensaries, of course.
Right.
And there's some really good national brands. I think one thing that you always need to look at is, do they have third-party testing? Is it full spectrum? And is it, reliable? I nationally, I love Charlotte's Web. I think they're a great brand. I'm not sponsored by anybody, so.
Right. You're just giving your truth.
Yes.
So what do you think is the best way to intake CBD?
Right.
Oils or smoking?
So definitely oral, because when you use it orally, it goes into the gut, and that's where most of your CB2 receptors are.
Oh, wow.
In your gut.
Wow.
So we in my family since the beginning of COVID, just precautionary, because we saw most of my friends are physicians, nurse practitioners, scientists, cannabis growers,
Right.
And because we understand how it works, we're all kind of like, hey, this might help. Right. And then seeing the research is really just kind of confirming what people were thinking already.
Yeah, girl, you're so confident. You even got a coronavirus clock behind you.
I know.
You tell time by the coronavirus. You're so cocky that CBD is going to kill it.
Hey, better than human sperm.
No, okay, so that's a okay. So you're saying taking it orally is a. Are there any? There's no. Are there like edibles you can take with CBD? I know there are for THC.
Yeah. So, they have gummies and
Oh,
things
that's
like
right. That's
that.
right.
But oftentimes, the CBD edibles aren't as, like,
They're not as
Potent?
strong. They're not as
Yeah.
potent.
well, and it's not
Yeah.
necessarily that they're not as potent, but when the FDA came out and made their kind of regulations, that was
Right.
one of the big things, is that they didn't want it to be in like candy or drinks. I mean, you
Uh,
don't take your metformin in a gummy bear.
right.
So
Right.
I
Right.
feel
Right.
like for cannabis, a lot of people cook with it, and a lot of people make a lot of different
Right.
things with that. And I think it's awesome, and I think it's amazing. But for when you're getting CBD on a national level or from our dispensaries, I think it's best to kind of get the oils.
Right. Right. So
Um,
and vape it then. An oil that you vape, it might be the way.
an oil that you ingest.
Or just straight on the tongue, like eyedropper kind.
Can
Yeah,
I ask you about this too? Because I've heard, okay, the CBD, I've heard like you drop like 6 drops under your tongue and you hold it
Oh.
there.
Oh.
Have you heard that? Or can you just go straight in the
Or
back of
or
your
was that
throat?
acid? I forget. Jeez, it's been so long. I'm kidding. I've never done it, kids. I don't know. Okay,
In a
once,
long
once.
time.
Okay, a long time ago. But so okay, so is that true? Is that how you do it with the eyedropper?
yeah. So
Okay.
so you do not need to hold it under your tongue.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this
Okay.
is one of little pet peeves.
I'm glad we
So
have you.
if it's an alcohol or glycerin, then it's going to absorb instantly. But most of them are oils.
Okay.
And, oils, even if you hold it under your tongue for 20 minutes, it's going to just stay there and you're going to swallow it.
Okay.
Um, so
That's funny.
really, and they make some really good capsules too,
Right.
Charlotte's Web. So, another thing, because of, so many people are so anxious. I mean, I definitely know it's increased my anxiety.
Right.
Um,
Oh,
so,
definitely.
when we look at anxiety and kind of CBD dosing, we actually have some parameters on that.
Mm-mm.
So, and it's about 25 milligrams
Oh, okay.
daily
Right.
for anxiety dosing. There was a really great study that came out of that on that for full spectrum.
Now, is it the same, you think, if you're trying to treat COVID, for example, to keep that inflammation down, to stop the cytokine storm? Is it going to be a similar strategy to when you're trying to just get muscle relaxation or pain relief, where you take the CBD, but a little bit of THC to activate might be
I mean, I
key?
don't think it's gonna hurt. So
Okay.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions about CBD is that you take it and you feel the effects immediately.
Right. Right.
Um, but CBD really should be taken like a supplement. Like, it's really boring.
Ah,
You take it in the morning, like your vitamin C.
right. It's like a
Okay.
Flintstone vitamin. You're just taking it. You're just taking it. I see.
Flintstone vitamin,
Right.
and it works over time. And so
Right.
it's really
Oh,
that same kind of concept when you're using it for anxiety or for other, for muscle pain.
Right.
CBD really should be used daily, and THC
Ah.
is more like your Tylenol.
Ah,
okay.
that's a perfect metaphor. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well,
Your
okay, so let me
CBD
ask you.
Flintstone vitamins.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you say people take CBD for anxiety, in anxiety pills, usually you have to kind of like wean yourself off. Did you get like, is it bad if you just quit CBD? Do you need to like wean off of CBD, or is it?
No. Uh,
Okay.
so what one thing with cannabis is that we don't see like this physical dependence like we do with other
Yeah.
drugs, and typically you're weaning off of anxiolytics or anti-anxiety medications,
Right.
um, because it can have a lot of side effects if you stop it abruptly.
Right.
Uh,
So cannabis, typically, if you stop it abruptly, really with CBD, there's really nothing,
Right.
other
Oh,
than you
cool.
might notice your symptoms come back.
Right.
Um, with THC, though, when you stop it abruptly, the most common side effects that we see are, increased anxiety, some difficulty sleeping, and a
Bad
return of
attitude.
the symptoms and a bad attitude.
I'm just kidding.
Who are we talking about here? Oh, that's me pointing at myself.
She's like, I need to go to the dispensary.
It is a little bit like you don't notice it till it creeps up on you. Like I'm a little cranky. Where that might, and for me too. If I want to take a break or something, I do find sleeping schedules get messed up with a little bit. You don't realize when you're in the middle of like this routine, and then you take it away, and then all of a sudden it's like 1:00. I'm still watching Netflix. I'm like, hey, how did I normally will fall asleep, and I can trust my body to just fall asleep mid Netflix show. But if I take a break, I'm just, I'm sleeping schedule is, definitely different.
Weird. Yeah.
But, I'm much more of a THC guy than a CBD. I don't mind the hybrids, to be honest, because I do like the body, the muscle relaxation. I do like that version of it too. But I must admit, until the COVID articles started popping, I'm like, CBD definitely caught my attention. Like, I might need you, buddy. I've been putting you on the side, but I think I might have to pull you out. I mean, can you use it? Like you said, it's more of like a vitamin, a long-term thing. So you don't have to like wait till you get tested positive for COVID. It's maybe just a nice thing to just preventatively to just sort of start, maybe.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
things.
I would, since this entire thing came out, me and my entire family started a CBD regimen, including my teenager.
Pill or drops?
The oil.
Yeah, so we're super boring. We use cannabis oils. And for us, it was just more, prophylactic, also to help with some of the anxiety.
Yeah.
Because everybody feels it
Yeah.
right now. And CBD is really, it's been used in pediatric populations for a very, very long time. It's very safe. And
Right.
kids don't need a card for it. We use the THC-free version. So there's no THC in it.
Oh, right.
Um, and then speaking of breaks, so just because you talked about a break,
Right.
and in order to make those breaks not be so drastic, I tend to recommend every 3 months for 3 days, kind of a reset.
I
So
like that.
so what we see with THC, again, there's no like dependence, but you definitely get a tolerance.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
you start with 1 cup of coffee. Before you know it, you're at 3.
Yes.
THC is similar to melatonin in that you take melatonin every night. Your body stops producing its own melatonin. Same with phytocannabinoids or the plant cannabinoids. If you take them consistently, your body decreases the amount of endocannabinoids, the ones that you make yourself. Because
and you want to tell your body, look, I get it, you're trying to balance, but I was counting on a double dose, and you're not. Why are you trying to be so common, like so smart and like balance everything out? The body's smart. I'm like, don't be so smart. I'm trying to double up here.
So smart,
It pulls back,
and
right?
so that's why you get that tolerance.
Right.
Is because your body is really trying to. It decreases the amount of endocannabinoids. So,
right.
so those just every 3 months for 3 days is enough to reset those receptors.
I like that. Okay. 3 months, 3 days. That makes sense. And so that's literally like physiologically, that's what's happening. Biochemically, when you take that break, it takes a while for your body to go, oh, wait. Is it my turn now? Am I supposed to make more of the happy juice? I thought you had it. Oh, okay. All right, fine. Give me a break. I'm coming. And it just takes a little bit. So you kind of have to be kind to yourself in the transition.
Yes.
Yeah, and people you live with have to kind of like keep stay away from you for 5 seconds. Yeah. Okay, good. That's good. Good advice there.
I was wondering, so we have been doing jujitsu
Yes.
and my body is sore.
I bet.
And so I thought about taking CBD, but I didn't want it to make me tired or, like, so is it just something that I should take maybe at night, or does it make you tired? Does it make you too relaxed or something? Like if I need to be able to function like all through the day, does CBD impair any of
Yeah.
that?
So typically, CBD can, if it does make you tired, it's temporary.
Right.
And then it kind of goes away. And so I usually recommend CBD use during the day just because of its anxiolytic or anxiety decreasing properties. Um, and you can start with a lower dose during the day and slowly increase it. But for most people, they can tolerate, like easily 15 milligram capsules, super easy.
Okay.
Here's a weird question I just thought of right now, but
Yeah.
I think only you could answer this. Do you think it's wrong if you're at work with a very like bitchy coworker and you just like drop like CBD droplets? It's legal. You do it in a very low dose just to see what would happen.
Even though it's very tempting,
Okay, don't do that at home, kids. I was just joking, but I just
maybe you could just offer it nicely.
yeah, it's not like Bill Cosby or anything. I'm not trying to put people to sleep. I just put people, just kind of calm people down. Wouldn't that be a wonderful world? You could just slip a couple CBD drops in someone's.
I tell you what, I would be very happy if somebody gave me a bottle of CBD pills for Christmas.
There you go.
Okay, wow. Her birthday's coming up in a few weeks. Talk about dropping hints. Okay, sure. Okay, why don't we talk about that? Now, let's say people are watching this, they're interested. Okay, I want to go get some CBD. Where's some practical places? I know Malie Cannabis Clinic is right
Yep.
above Aloha Green on
We're right
King
above
Street.
Aloha Green, and I think locally, the dispensaries are great. I think we also have some really good local CBD brands.
Oh, nice.
Hawaiian Choice
Okay.
is the one that I love. Hawaiian Choice. It's the one of the ones that we use.
Oh, nice. And
And
where's that
then
available? Hawaiian Choice.
Hawaiian Choice is available online, so we
Oh,
could leave
okay.
a link to
Oh,
them.
nice.
Um,
And they
and
make that here.
they make it here. So the CBD is from Colorado,
Okay.
but everything else is made here, and it's made with like all local ingredients.
Okay.
Nice.
So other than the CBD is because we're not really producing it here yet.
Right.
We just had that great bill pass, so we might be, hopefully, fingers crossed.
When are we going to find out about that?
So it's just we're waiting for Ige.
Okay. Damn it. I hope the answer's not on his Twitter. We're going to be waiting forever.
Yeah. So because it passed in the House and the Senate, so it's just
Okay.
kind of waiting for that. And I feel like it's right now is the time for him to sign everything. It's
How can you say no to it right now?
Yeah.
I mean, are you kidding me right now? Like this
It should be
economy,
like priority, right? Push it
right?
through.
I mean, we need
Yeah.
some inflammation reducing, anxiety, like, reducing and economy boosting right about now. Geez.
And that was one of the things in the economic summit that our amazing LG, Josh Green,
Yes.
um,
Yes. Love him. Yes.
would be helpful for our economy. So it would be really wise for our state, to pass that and to, use all of these sugarcane fields that are no
Yes.
longer in production for hemp.
Yes. Wow. Sugar for hemp. And we're also doing the keto thing. That would be a perfect switch it out. You know what I mean? That's a great switch, economy wise, health wise. Okay, now let's say I want to get a 329 card. You want to do things right for the first time, folks. You want to get legal. You want to make sure all your products have been tested and sent to some lab and approved. So how do I get my? Especially now in the COVID times, we can do some sort of virtual thing with you, can't we?
Yeah, so new patients still have to come in physically.
Okay.
We're doing all of our renewals can be virtual. So it's really, we make the process very seamless, as you know.
Yes.
So you basically book online, and once you book online at MalieCannabisClinic.com, it just walks you through all the steps. So
Okay.
book with us, fill out your Department of Health, come in for your appointment. You get to see me.
Yes, that's already. That's
And
already.
I forgot, what is your receptionist's name? She's so awesome.
Tiana.
Yes.
Tiana. We love
Yes.
her too.
I know. It's so great. Yes. And trust me, I was just joking. The clock is not a coronavirus. It's totally safe. Everything they do there, it's like perfect, guys. You guys will be totally fine. So,
Totally. And we've like we've limited the number of people in our clinic. We
perfect.
opened up a second waiting room. So, we have social distance. We of course are always masked up. We sanitize and really protect our patients while they're here in our clinic.
Nice. Okay, so where are you guys located again? I know it's King Street, but where exactly?
We are in the first interstate building, so 1314 South King, right before King and Keomoku by Lobster King.
Oh, yes. Nice. Okay, well, May, thank you so much. I know I have a renewal coming up pretty soon. I can't. No, I don't.
We just did it.
Okay, see, time is something I have to work on.
And then not only that, but it's now you can do it every other year, right?
Oh.
Yeah, you do it 2 years.
Oh my God! Yes, that's why I have her. You know what I mean. I don't have to keep on these details. I got Tina. Thank you so much, May. I'm gonna send all my peoples to you. All the people who need to get it right. You know who you are. You need to get it right about now. Let's get legal.
Legal.
Yes. Okay, May from Malie Cannabis Clinic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, May. It's always nice talking to you.
Get that CBD and kill that cytokine storm, cousins.
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye.